another episode of SMS News Channel. So I just was trying to get myself cleaned up and stuff and trying to get my life together, basically. I just feel like, people just don't want to be honest about nothing. You know what I'm saying? This pandemic is supposed to be a pandemic, I thought. And instead, we worried about the Golden Globes. For what? Nothing, no disrespect. A lot of people work their ass off. I understand. But I'm saying if it's a pandemic, shouldn't we be taking standard precautions? Not worrying about, X, Y, and Z and why we can't get this award or that award. Shouldn't we really be focusing on the fact that there's some serious, dangerous stuff going on? Shouldn't that be the main thing? I'm just saying, shouldn't that be it? I don't get it. Just seems to me like don't nobody it seems to me nobody cares. Because to me, if I knew there was a pandemic out there, maybe I should take precautions so my family won't get sick. I don't know. So they won't get the coronavirus. That would be my main concern, I would have thought. This needs to be glued back together. Oh, such a shame. Such a crying shame. But it just goes to show how much people really just don't care. Because if they cared, they wouldn't be doing stupid stuff like this, I tell you that. We care, if we really gave a dang, really gave a crap about stuff, really seemed to care about ourselves, don't you think it'd be a smart idea to stay home? I mean, just help me understand it. Maybe I'm wrong. I have been known to be wrong about a few things. It's in our DNA to be wrong. But the one thing that don't make sense to me is how a pandemic doesn't seem to be important to you, but an award ceremony does. This is not to bash anybody, to hate anybody, but I'm just, help me understand it, because if I know that there's a pandemic going on, wouldn't I stay home with my family? Or, I don't know, try to make things right with my wife? But I guess I wouldn't want to if I'm already having an affair, right? Because it was only a joke from the beginning. Why take something serious if you've been having an affair for, I don't know, the majority of your marriage? And she finds out it happens to be, a person that isn't of other persuasion, and you thought everything was about family and family this and family that, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, and come to find out he was having an affair. I would be devastated if it was me. But see, it could never be me. And the reason why I said it could never be me, because I ain't gonna be stupid enough to fall for something like that. Just saying. There ain't too many times you can tell me you doing something without telling on yourself. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, I've been known to be wrong about a few things. Just a few things. And what I do know is, when somebody don't want to get caught, they play the victim real good. They act like it's you and not them. It's interesting to me how you could even think to disrespect your wife like that. Just certain things. Not talking about anybody, just talking about real stuff. I'm just saying, like, the thing that cracks me up is during the pandemic, people were sitting there saying, oh, I didn't even know my husband was like that. That's your husband. How the hell do you not know the person that you married? Or are you just marrying for the fame and then having your little side boyfriends and girlfriends? Because I just, inquiring minds want to know, you know. I'm just trying to understand what marriage is really about. Because for the young people, y'all confusing the hell out of us. I'm just saying. Not to be in nobody's business, not to tell y'all what to do. But I'm just saying, y'all confusing the hell out of us. And when I say the hell out of us, y'all confusing the hell out of us. We don't know who to believe. Because 9 times out of 10, y'all ain't telling us the truth no damn way. I mean, not to be disrespectful to the Smiths, how many times did they say that Jaden and them going through changes? First they said the poor boy died. Then they said he was cutting off. First they said he was cutting off his wee wee because he wanted to be a girl, and his sister wanted to be a boy. Then they said the poor boy died on Facebook, and we kept saying, and Instagram, and we were just saying, I'm sorry for the condolences and stuff like that. Sorry about it, you know what I mean? And it's just doesn't make sense. Too much dust. Shoot. Shoot, this stuff makes me sneeze. I just find it interesting how everybody's just trying to have their life, you know. I find it interesting why everybody's trying to, you know, do things and say things and oh, we're about to have an Indians game and this game and that game. Did we not just say that we have like a pandemic going on? Like, shouldn't we just be shut down? But it just seemed like everybody just having their own little woo-ha that I don't know about. Woo-ha! It's not a real thing. It's just the pandemic. It's the coronavirus. The people that we want to stay in the house is the black people and the people of color. Somebody help me understand it. Because what doesn't make sense is how we just acting like, well, I'm about to put my makeup on and go to work, and because that's basically how y'all treat me. This is basically a regular person, how you guys deal with coronavirus. With no care in the world when it should be taken seriously. If people are really seriously dying, why are we acting like it's a day to go to the club? I'm just saying because it doesn't make sense to me and anybody else that's got common sense. I'm just saying. Because if we ain't supposed to be doing this stuff, why are we trying to get dressed up and pretend like ain't nothing going on in America? Like we ain't just really going through a pandemic. Like we ain't just really, yeah, no, going through a pandemic or nothing. No, you know, pandemic or whatever. Because what doesn't make sense to me is the fakeage. You know what I'm saying? That's what doesn't make sense to me. If we claim that we in the middle of a pandemic, why are we acting like it's a day to go to the club? That's all I'm trying to figure out. Help me understand it. Help me understand. just don't get it. We supposed to take this stuff serious. Why is everybody acting like it's no big deal? We just acting like it's no big deal. Like we ain't got nothing going on. Like we ain't dealing with no virus or nothing. Let's just pretend like we're not doing nothing. Like we're not really just seriously going through a virus that's out here trying to kill us. But no, we just gonna act like we gonna do our makeup and go to the club, right? I mean, help me understand, folks. Is this virus real or not? Because what it seems to me is it's only real that we stay in the house. That's what it makes sense to me. It's only real if we stay in the house. This doesn't make sense to me. Never understand it. Never understood it. Never. Just never did. Just never understood it. No, just never understood it, bro. We'll never understand it, bro. We'll never understand it. I mean, I'm not trying to waste nobody's time, but I gotta look good. That's basically the attitude that we're taking with this pandemic. How I'm doing my makeup right now, we're taking our time. We're not saying nothing. We're just ignoring stuff. Meanwhile, people are being homeless. We don't know why. We can't help them, but we just don't help them. We choose not to help them, and then we wonder why people are mad at us. Meanwhile, these folks have been in office for how many times, how many days has these people been in office? They claim that Trump wasn't a good person, that this person wasn't this, but we're treating the coronavirus like we're just about to go and turn up for the club nights. I mean, help me understand it, because to me it doesn't make any lick of sense why it's okay for somebody else to get excited and turn up and do whatever they want to do, but when we turn up and we have fun and we do X, Y, and Z, it's not okay, it's not acceptable. But you guys are treating our situations like I'm just getting ready for a club party. Like we don't matter. And then want to sit there and say powerful statements only to post on the social media just so you can get likes. When what if all of this stuff wasn't real to begin with? But what if you guys were just lying to us from the jump? But you guys really don't care. You just want to do anything to save your pockets. That you want to care, but you can't care, because if you care too much, you'll be away from what, the supremacy wants you to do. And if you go against the supremacy, you won't have a job. So if you don't have a job, you can't take care of your responsibilities. Is that right? Is that right? Because I don't see how, if I am elected in office, how I can be so oblivious to the stuff that's been happening and just pretend like, oh, let's just put on our makeup and act like it's another day when people are living in hotels. People don't have no food. People are trying to figure out how this pandemic is going to be. People are just trying to do stuff. They want to be happy. They want to celebrate their kids' graduation, but they can't because they got folks like you guys telling them that everything else that we're doing is a lie, and folks that's been talking about stuff is not telling the truth, but nobody's talking to us. We're over here thinking everything's fine, when the truth be told, everything was never fine. And it doesn't make sense to me how y'all can say it's fine and then act like it's not fine. So you're not only confusing us, now you're saying that it's our fault. Like, can we make it make sense? Because I don't understand who's telling the truth and who's not telling the truth. Because what seems to me is that all the stuff that we've been teaching our kids about, voting and all this stuff that, hold on. All the stuff that we talk about, voting and stuff like this, and we take into consideration what's really happening and stuff, and being aware of what's going on, and trying to take, go ahead, lady. Trying to take, ownership from what's really happening, and trying to be nice, and understanding people's point of view, and trying to figure out how to make the world a better place. But all in reality, the people that we put in office are not really doing what they say they're doing. And then when they get caught, they want to get upset and be like, that's not what you saw. Is it? Because it just seems like you're overlooking our situation. We're over here really trying to figure out how we can avoid poverty, and y'all putting us dead smack in the middle of it. But acting like, oh, it's just coronavirus. I'm sorry not to be disrespectful or rude, but it pisses me off to see people talk about stupid award ceremonies, and we can't even get the stuff we need. Some folks haven't even got the first stimulus check. But we over here talking about an award. Ain't nobody thinking about them award folk, okay? Let's just be real. Folks are trying to make sure their kids are not hungry and homeless. Can we just talk about it? Because what seems to be the issue is that everybody's so blind and oblivious to everything going on that we're not even paying attention to the bigger picture. Everybody's so focused on social media, but we're not dealing with the social issues. Can we be honest about it? Because the moment that we be honest about what's really going on, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to put on my makeup and act like it's okay. Everything will be fine. Our people that we have in office know what they're doing. Do they really? Because if they really knew what they were doing, why are some of us struggling? We talked about Trump doing this X, Y, and Z, and Trump did, and Trump did this and that and the third, and Trump, and Trump, and Trump. But what are they doing? The main people keep saying, oh, it's Trump, oh, it's Trump, oh, it's Trump, oh, it's Trump. Oh, it's Trump. Really, is it Trump? Is it really Trump? Is it really Trump? Because it doesn't seem like it's Trump. It seems like it's everybody. But don't mind me. Just putting on my makeup. Because that's how we deal with stuff. Every time when somebody dies in this country, every time when somebody gets killed in this country, we basically put on our makeup to try to hide the fact that we don't want to deal with the truth. We don't want to deal with the fact that we fuck up our country. We don't want to deal with the fact that maybe it's us that's the problem and not actually everybody we keep accusing. We don't want to deal with the fact that maybe we really didn't land on the moon, that we actually had somebody videotape and do some stuff because, we lie all the time about stuff. It seemed to me that we really don't tell the truth about anything. Did we really land on the moon? Or was the moon even, do we even know? We've been lying about the biggest size of Africa. Africa is 4 times the size of almost any continent in this world, and yet we downplay them, and we sit there and say that we were taken, and we sit here and talk about slavery, when who sold us, though? If we want to say it's the people that sold us, then that's fine. But if we want to say it was a war, my thing about it is, if we really want to talk about it, we lied. Honestly, we did. If we really want to talk about all of it, if we were slaves, then how come, if we were slaves, if some of us were able to run away from it, how come we were stuck over here? unless we were the true Native Americans this whole entire time. That's what I'm trying to understand. You keep killing us because we are the real Native Americans, not these people that are Spanish and Spaniards. They were never the real ones from the beginning. The reason why, look at the war with the Indians and the Spaniards. The Spanish and Indian War. Think about it. It was about us. The Louisiana Purchase. How can you purchase something that was never yours in the first place? Y'all want to sit there and glorify Sacagawea with the expedition that those two stupid people that didn't know what they were doing, half of them were drunk, trying to sleep with Sac, and that's what the truth was. You want to sit there and talk about Pocahontas and this and that. Pocahontas was a kid with a grown man, and you want to sit there and basically think that you want to call us savages, but you raped us, gave us diseases, put us on the Trail of Tears, then have the audacity to think that you know our information better than we know ourselves. You guys don't have a race. You guys don't even know who you are. You guys have been stealing stuff ever since 1817. That was when the Civil War about our freedom should have been the 40 acres and a mule. But guess who's got the 40 acres and the damn mule? This race has the 40 acres and a mule. Does this race have the 40 acres and a mule? No, we're working our ass off for something that was already supposed to be given to us since the war. And now we're over here acting like the coronavirus is some big joke, like it ain't shit, like it ain't nothing. And you mean to tell me you want to sit there and talk to me about some stupid Golden Globe? But you don't want to have the sense to talk about what's really going on. Nobody wants to talk about that, because if they really talk about it, they will be honest, and then they won't get what they need, because they know that they've been sacrificing people for the industry. Tell the truth. Stop sugarcoating it. When people tell you and ask you about the Anati and stuff like that, stop sitting there and lying about it, because here's the truth. The Anati has been here since the 15th century. All the way since the 15th century, 1500s. It was a group of English settlers that made an alliance amongst other kingdoms. That is what the so-called thing is. That's the reason why when Trump went over there to see the royals, they got royally pissed off because he was exposing stuff. They got royally pissed off because the fact that nobody wants to be honest about what's really going in the Mother Teresa situation. The Mother Teresa, who you guys claim to be so good, was the same foundation that was taking kids and using them and their organs. And we're going to sit here and put on our makeup and talk about all this stuff and all these things and act like nothing is going on. Be honest about all of it. That you use people. You mad because the truth is out. You mad. Think about it. Lauren Braxton has been gone for how many years? The only person in that family is grieving is Tracy. Michael Jackson died. The only person in the family is grieving is a few folk. Everybody else is silent. Whitney Houston. The only person that was grieving was Bobby Christina. Everybody else just sitting there doing stuff. The main person that claimed to love her so much was at her funeral and had the nerve to sit there and talk about the situation. The main person that was only after her estate just to take care of Rhea, and Rhea was the one that videotaped and recorded her mother saying disrespectful stuff. The Prince, the same guy who got on the Tavis Smiley show and was telling the truth about the chemtrails, because the chemtrails are not what you really think. You think that they're killing mosquitoes, right? That we just killing mosquitoes? Is that what it is? Really? How come every time when we go outside, we get sick because of the spray? I know about the spray. It gives me a headache. Why does it give me a headache? Is it really killing the mosquitoes, or is it really killing us? But don't nobody want to talk about it. Don't nobody want to talk about it. Because we too busy trying to put on our makeup and act like everything's okay. Who the freak gives a shit about these stupid Golden Globes? You need to be with your family and taking care of them. But that's all y'all care about is just the awards. I'm going to tell you something. You know, keep on doing these awards. It's going to be you sick with the coronavirus. The moment that you get, mark my words, this is how God works. Y'all want to be goddesses and gods all the time. Y'all want to act like y'all got this and that, and you hang on the cross like Jesus did. Y'all want to sit there and keep denouncing Christianity and all this other stuff. Yes, it was used for all the wrong reasons. But if God wasn't real, how come the majority of us have the Holy Ghost? Because we always want to talk about the black power, this and that, and this and this and this. Who is giving us the strength? What did the Bible say? Woe unto them who go down into Egypt. What is Egypt? Egypt is a really beautiful country. But do they worship one God? But do they worship one God? Exactly. That is the reason why he said that. It's not about, oh, there's things that's missing from the Bible. Y'all are missing the message. Y'all are so caught up in talking about what white people have done, what black people have done. That is not what God has done. Can we stop and think about him for a second? If God was really that evil that y'all claim he is, why are we still breathing? Huh? Talk about it. Why are we still breathing? If he really wanted to be disrespectful, why wouldn't he just kill us like he did in the days of freaking Noah? Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about it. Huh? What? I can't hear you because I'm still trying to digest the bull-ish. Everybody wants to talk about God ain't real, God ain't this, but how come you're waking up every morning? It's really pissing me off that you guys have the audacity to act like God ain't the one that gave you the talent in the first place to sing. I can't understand it because, again, the bullshit. Yes, I cuss. I'm trying to get better on that. God is working with me on stuff that I need to get better at. But I'm not going to sit here and be stupid and denounce God just because we're talking about racism. If we really talk about racism, was slavery a choice or was it not? Why is everybody so against Elijah Muhammad? Let's talk about it. Talk about the real stuff because I'm tired of people asking questions about the group. And every time when you get somebody that's in the group, they want to talk circles around it. Tell the God-blessed truth. Please, instead of denouncing who God is before he ends up taking your soul away, keep on doubting God and keep on playing like you know God. Like he ain't about that life that he can't just your life away. Y'all disrespectful as crap. The fact that you would sit there and disrespect God like that. You want to be gay so bad. You want to be gay so bad. If that's what you do, God bless you. I'm still praying for you and I love you. But for you to sit there and turn around the same people that pray for your sanity every single day to disrespect us and denounce us and make us feel like we nothing. I didn't decide to sit there and cut my private parts off to be something. I am not here to make anybody feel comfortable. This is the truth. I have gay friends, I have white friends, but what I'm not going to do is be with the supremacy and be with the Bible thumping bull. If you love God, love God. Stop doing this and that in the first. Either you're for God or you're not for God. If you don't believe in him, then don't believe in him. But stop blaming God for your bad decisions, for your bad behavior. Read the word sometimes. There is a message behind what he was saying. When David was going through the same situation with King Saul, and he was in the area, basically being attacked. If he had have been as stupid as some of y'all folks today, he would have been killed. But he obeyed God and stepped there. Enoch, because he was the one who was listening, Enoch pleased God because he was obedient. We keep talking about We keep talking about what white folks and what black folks is doing. What about what God is doing? We are neither great. If we were, God would be in the middle of the stupidness. You guys are so stupid and so blind, putting on your makeup, trying to act like everything's okay. You are part of the problem. When are y'all going to wake up? These folks don't give a crap about you. They're sacrificing you to a God that is not a real God, to the temple of Satan. And you falling into the trap, doing all this Baal worship. That's basically all it is. What's it gonna take for God to kill y'all again? For you to get your heart right before he come? For y'all want to stone people, y'all want to disrespect people who want to pray, but you don't want to be right? But you cuss us out and curse us and kill our kids, take our organs illegally, and you think we don't know about this? I'm not being rude or disrespectful to nobody. I'm just saying, let's stop pretending like this coronavirus ain't going on. Let's stop pretending like this coronavirus ain't going on. Let's stop pretending like this situation ain't affecting everybody else. Because it's pissing all of us off that you guys just act like everything is cool and dandy. Meanwhile, we're trying to figure out what the hell is going on with us. Y'all don't even care. Y'all don't protest. Y'all just find other reasons to be stupid, get in these stupid little movies and think somebody really gives a crap about you. Nobody cares. And then when you die, really? Like the DMX situation, like that stuff wasn't enough. You need to understand God is coming back, whether you believe it or not. This is the year of revelation. It is. People are not going to sit there and keep telling everybody everything and all this other stuff if it wasn't true. The reason why people don't want to listen is because it hurts. Real truth, when somebody tells you the honest to God truth, it hurts. I get crushed all the time. I don't always want to hear the truth. But guess what? He convicts my spirit when I'm wrong. Hey, Sabrina, you got to stop cursing. Hey, Sabrina, you got to stop messing with such and such. Sabrina. But yet y'all want to sit there and act like this and that and the third is not popular. It's not okay, sweetie, to sit there and sleep with somebody else's husband. That marriage was ordained by him. Not for every woman to be sleeping and slipping there, in his ooh, okay? Stop sleeping with everybody's wife. That woman was given to him. That's his belonging. Why are you in somebody else's business? Okay, have a sex change. Why are you destroying yourself to be in a cloud of people who don't even like themselves? So you're basically going to go homeless for a group of people who don't like you no way. So you're basically going to lose your degree and go to a Christian school for a group of people who hate gay people. I'm just trying to understand, where is the confusion? And then the audacity of the gay people group to have racism amongst your own gay brothers and sisters. The audacity. You guys are racist against black people? I thought y'all were gay. I thought LGBTQAI, whatever it's called, I don't know if I said it right, is supposed to be for everybody. So everybody can be gay except for black people, huh? Everybody can have rights except for black people. Everybody can be saved except for black people. Is that what you're telling me? That's a bunch of bull. You decide what your future is. But for folks that just being disrespectful about God doesn't make sense to me. The fact that folks in church can steal from folks doesn't make sense to me. The fact that you can still sleep with your secretary, make a whole music video, make a whole situation, make a whole this and 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 this. You guys are fake as two left shoes. And y'all think y'all don't see us. The fact that y'all be trying to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and think that we're going to fall for this fake stuff, talking about this is a real Beyonce, this is a real this. Y'all going to go to hell for stealing from your fans. Y'all going to go to hell for stealing, for using these people's platforms, stealing their, to the point where you going to steal somebody's child identity. You going to really, for real? I'll never forget the time when I thought I was really talking to Toni Braxton, and y'all gonna use her children and her sister's information. Y'all going to hellfire and brimstone for stealing somebody's identity. That is a federal offense. I'm telling y'all, federal people, y'all need to check Instagram. That is what they're doing. They're using other people's profiles, scamming their fans into paying for stuff, thinking that they're going to marry that person and do stuff with them when they're not telling the truth. Or are you guys in it as well? See, we're going to reveal everything because the truth is the truth, and the truth is the truth. Y'all lying heathens. God is going to get you. God is going to get y'all for the stress and the confusion that you send amongst his people. And then have the audacity to sit there and say gay people can't be black? How the hell are you supposed to identify? So now transgender lives don't matter? I'm just talking about all of it because it doesn't make sense to me. What matters then? Can you help me understand? So only white people's lives matter? Can you help me understand it? Because it seems to me that the only people's lives that matter is people of non people of color. And people of color means anybody that's brown. That means black, Asian, Hispanic, Muslim race. I mean, not Muslim race, the Muslim community. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that is non-white is a person of color. That's just how it is. Even if you have a drop of blood, you consider black. So here the thing is, can we just pretend like we're not? Just going through the motions? Stop lying to our kids about stuff, making them believe that this and this and this when y'all been stealing from the church. We're supposed to be the ones that save these folk, and y'all stealing from the church. Y'all lying. Had the audacity to blame it on my uncle, but y'all was stealing. On another episode of SMS News Channel, and I'll be back with more.